Hello and welcome to the Crochet Business School podcast. I'm Kelly Thomas. Let's talk about how people are actually making a living from their crochet. Not just making a bit of extra cash, not just as a side hustle, but actually turning their crochet into a career and making a full-time income from their crochet business. So, in previous episodes, I've talked about how selling what you make isn't necessarily the right way if you want to make a living from your crochet, that you don't have to abandon everything that you've built, and that there is a different way to get out of that exhausted, frustrated, time versus profit crochet conundrum that many crocheters find themselves in. But what are the actual different ways that you can make a living from your crochet? If you haven't downloaded it already, you can get your Map Your Path workbook to help you work through all this and find out what the route that is best for you is. You can download that by clicking the link in the show notes. But when you have been in this frustrated, exhausting cycle of trying to get enough sales to make your crochet pay its way, and then finding that the time and the profit you're making just doesn't balance out, what do you do next? It's all well and good me saying that there is a different direction, that there is another way, that you can still make your crochet business dreams come true, but what do you actually need to do? Because most crochet starts out with a crochet business selling what they make and then transition later. Because it's the natural path in. It's not that you started wrong, it's just that you started with the only path that you knew. It makes sense, doesn't it? You love to crochet. You want to create a living from your crochet. And so you start selling it. It's the natural path in. It's kind of the default. Vast majority of crochet business owners start out that way. But it also means that the vast majority of crochet business owners that are still in business and still making a living from their crochet had to change direction at some point. And there's 7 main ways that they change direction and what they turn to. So I'm going to tell you about each one. And this isn't about choosing to do all of them. It's about choosing the one that's right for you. And which one is right for you? It's going to depend on you and your interests. But we'll talk about that in a bit. So, the first obvious one is Crochet Patterns. This is what I turned to, creating my own designs. I was already creating my own patterns. I just wasn't publishing them. So when I was selling what I made, I wanted to sell things that nobody else was selling. And so I created my own designs. I had this little notebook that I had all my notes in. I mean, no one else could understand these notes except me, but it meant that I had something unique to sell. And since I was kind of already doing it, I just went the next step and wrote up those patterns. I didn't have to learn as much as I thought. Really, the only things that I had left to learn from what I already knew was how to create a Ravelry shop and get a listing up, and how to go through the testing process. So I didn't have a huge amount to learn, really. I was quite surprised. But with patterns, I tripled my income within 6 months. It was very surprising and very welcome. But patterns are big business. I mean, Ravelry alone is just one platform out of many that are available to sell your patterns on. But Ravelry alone sells $21 million plus a year in pattern sales. So patterns are huge business, and there are millions of crocheters looking for them. So their options there are huge, and new designers are always in huge demand. So there is a massive market for crochet pattern. You know how to follow a pattern. It's not that big of a switch to reading one to writing one. You do need attention to detail, but not as big as a leap as people fear it is. The next one is blogging. Who hasn't been on a crochet blog? There are hundreds, thousands of crochet blogs on the internet. and they can be very lucrative. I have a blog of my own, and I use it to promote my patterns. I use it as an income in its own right. Do you need a blog to sell crochet patterns? No, you don't. But it's something I chose to do and something I've enjoyed doing. And my blog can make money in its own right. There are many different ways that you can make a living from just a blog. Writing content that has affiliate links in it, promoting your own products, no matter what they are. You can put ads on a blog. You can sign up to an ad provider, and then anyone who looks through your site, they will see the ads on your site, and the more people who view, the more ad revenue you get. So there are lots of options or way a blog can make money for you. There is an upfront cost to creating a blog. It's not just a case of sign up, open an account, and you're ready to go. There is more to it. But if you're willing to put the time and effort into that, a blog is a really good long-term option. And then we have YouTube. YouTube video platform, insanely popular. It's become a search engine and entertainment platform all in its own right. You've got videos and everything on there, from how to, news, entertainment, gaming, everything. People go to YouTube for so much. And it's basically Google in video form. And so people are looking for guides on how to crochet. What yarn should I buy? Is this yarn any good? They're looking for all kinds of crochet content, and YouTube videos on crochet are insanely popular. They get so many views. And YouTube is kind of like a blog, but in video form. So you can make money through advertising your own products, from affiliate links, from sponsorship, from ad revenue. You can also now have memberships on YouTube. There's YouTube Shorts, which are also incredibly popular. There's all kinds of ways that you can make a living on YouTube. Most crochet businesses do have YouTube mixed with something else to make it work, but there are some crochet business owners who make a living solely from YouTube. And it just depends on where your focus is going to be. It does take quite a bit of effort to get YouTube off the ground for you, because it does have minimum limits before you can start making money from ads. But if you get to those, if you hit those limits, if you hit that threshold, all these features begin opening up for you and you'd be on your way. So the next option, courses. These courses would be pre-recorded. You can also supplement with live courses, but pre-recorded ones are the way that you're going to be able to make a living from this. So people can buy your how to crochet course. The videos would already be pre-recorded, waiting for them to access, and they can access them anytime, any way they want. And it doesn't have to be how to crochet. It doesn't have to be just learn the basics. You can create crochet courses on anything. How to make crochet jewelry, how to crochet with brioche technique, how to anything, any technique, any design. You could have project how-tos, how to make this bag, with all the guides and videos, everything they need to make it. These courses, they can be held on different platforms like Payhip. These don't have to cost you a fortune. Payhip is actually a really low-cost way of providing a course. And the more courses you have, the more you advertise yourself, the more revenue you get. Again, it's something that you build up through time, but then so is any business. And because it's pre-recorded and people can access it any time, they don't have to worry about timetables or showing up or being on time for anything. And it just makes it far more accessible, and which is best for you and your crocheters. So another way of making a living from your crochet is memberships. Memberships are incredibly popular, and they generally become popular because there's a community aspect. People like being able to join in and chat with other people who are doing the same thing. But you can have a membership for so many things. You can have a pattern membership. You can have a learning membership. You can have memberships which just has, it's a crochet community. People can sign up for that and behind the scenes and what's coming up in the crochet world. You can create memberships for all sorts of things. And one of the best things about memberships is that's recurring income. And that means people sign up and then every month they pay again and again and again. So you know what's coming up for your finances every month. Yes, you get people coming and going, but that's perfectly normal. And as long as you are going, your membership kind of increases over time, then your income is only growing and you can make a living solely from memberships. Another way is affiliate links. So affiliate marketing has got a bad rep over recent years and people just going bananas and trying to promote anything that goes. So this is kind of come in with like reels and things that people would promote random things on their channels. You think you're signing up to a wellness channel and they'll start promoting mattresses. And it's because they're using affiliate links in order to make more income. Affiliate marketing is not supposed to work that way. It's supposed to be helpful to your audience. So you can create affiliate links to crochet products, review crochet products and have an affiliate link so people can buy through. As a pattern designer, I do use affiliate links to the yarn that I use for patterns. And it's the way it works is this is the yarn I've used. And instead of my crocheters being having to go and then search the internet to try and find the yarn that I've used, they can click the link and get it more easily. Go straight to the site that I've used, see exactly what yarn I've used, because with patterns, people want to recreate my design exactly. They want to know what yarn I've used to be able to do it. And the affiliate link is helpful. That's the way it's supposed to work. And if you do affiliate links properly, they can, be very lucrative without feeling like a sales pitch shoved down someone's throat. That's not the way it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be natural. It's supposed to be helpful. And done the right way, affiliate marketing can be very, very profitable. Now, the final way I've got for making a living from your crochet is through ebooks and printables. Printables are a huge business, and Etsy in particular has a reputation for being a big marketplace for printable sellers, and it's where you create a digital file and then people will download it to use it as they wish. So it could be a crochet pattern checklist. Have you got everything you need to start your crochet pattern? It can be for designers. Have you create a printable for designers to check through that they've got everything in their pattern? It could be keep track of your whips. We all have works in progress that get shoved into the corner. Keep track of what you're doing, what hook size you're using, what yarn you've got, and download a printable. Printables for yarn stashes, you could do that as well. Ebooks on how to organize your stash, guides on hook sizes. All of these things come together, and these are popular, these are practical, these are useful. And if you build up your printables library, you can make a living from those. So there you go. 7 different ways to make money from your crochet. There's a lot there. And I could create a podcast in each one of these ways. But most crochet businesses use a combination of these 7. But what you need to do is pick which one is going to be your main source of income. Now, I do use several of these. My main source of income is my crochet patterns. That's my number one. That's what everything is centered around. And which one you're going to choose is going to depend on what interests you. What do you enjoy doing? Which parts of sharing your crochet with the world fit with you and your lifestyle? Because there's no point picking one that doesn't interest you, that you find boring, that you're going to force yourself to do. That's not in anyone's interest. You've got to pick the right choice for you. And that's going to be different for everyone. We don't want you to feel like you're stuck in a rut, like you may as well be in a boring 9 to 5. We want you to be doing something that lights you up, that promotes your passion for your crochet. This isn't doing something for the sake of something. This isn't changing direction from selling what you make because you should, because you have to choose something, so whatever. No. This needs to be something that you enjoy doing. This needs to be something that you can be passionate about. And that free guide, the Map Your Path workbook that I talked about earlier, that's going to help you walk you through this entire process and choose the right option for you. So if you haven't downloaded that yet, I would definitely encourage you to do so with the link in the show notes. Right, so what's next? We need to talk about how you know more than you think. Because this is probably incredibly overwhelming. You've got all these options with all these different things, and I've just thrown them at you. And you might be thinking that you need to learn so much, that this is going to be huge, this is going to be really difficult, there's going to be so much to learn, can't possibly switch to doing that, I just don't know. Perfectly normal, perfectly natural feeling. So in the next podcast, I'm going to be talking about why you know more than you think and why these options are not as overwhelming as they first appear. So join me next week for that episode. In the meantime, please do download that workbook and work through it because it's going to help you go through this process so much. And I will see you for the next episode. So thank you for listening, and I shall see you soon for the next episode. Bye for now.